call. I keep having to stop when I wasn't hoping not to. How often does, unfrequently does that happen? Somebody comes that way. It's a sod of a place to see. If you have to stop there, you can't see properly to start off again. If you're coming along steadily, you can see in advance. But if you have to stop, you just feel like you're taking a chance because you can't see if there's something just close to you. Because the road drops away so steeply that on the left. But I mean, nobody will be coming up there at outrageous speed. Anyway, this is my first load of lambs away this year. I thought I had less than normal, but in fact I've got a similar number to last year, about 80 to go through. Because actually I I lost a few yows at spring with bloody big prolapses, like catastrophic prolapses. The guts and everything came out, so I had about 5 less yows than I would have expected, which translates to, oh god, probably translates to that's the big game pheasant beaters or something. Anyway, I would have, if I hadn't lost those 4 or 5 yows, I could have expected up to 10 more lambs, certainly 7 or 8. Right here, because I don't like trying to get out the Duke of Wellington turning with trailer on. It's partially busy this morning. Usually I come on. Actually, I'm a little bit, I would say late, but later than I would have expected. I did have the tags to put in still this morning. Slaughter tags. I was going to pick up 3 spare ones, so I've got 1 spare one. I've not lost any on one. I think it was half term last week, I'm not quite sure. Can't see lights on in the school there. I wasn't really thinking about that. job on there, don't they? They're rescuing bins from up the grassy, slippy bank. Anyway, I've got 16 on board because it's at this time of year. Mine sort of normal load is 14 or even 12 if it's a bit hard to find them. But at this time of year they fit in easier because they haven't got so much wool on, and they are probably a bit smaller, not a lot. They're actually just a nice size. They're probably coming in at about 42 kg, I should think. A bit more, maybe the odd ones. The odd one might be as low as 40. It's always the same. You get them in, you sort of popping them in the trailer in the pen, and you think you're getting similar ones. And when you get them home the next morning, there's always one or two you rather wish you hadn't got. But it's not. I don't think I've ever taken one out unless it was limping. It was a relatively easy job. The first penning always used to be a right blooming pain in the arse until we got a quad bike and started using it to help round them up, because my dog or dogs have never been particularly good at rounding them up, but there can be absolute swines when they're not used to being penned up there, so they aren't used to going in that pen. It looks very suspicious, and they won't go in because they don't know what you're going to do, and they don't even sort of herd properly like well-grown lambs on their own without mothers. They don't have that sort of flocking together instinct quite so good. It can kind of fly off in all directions, so it's not easy to pen them even if you've got a good dog. But if you're sort of running around on foot as well, you have no way to stop them running rings around you. I mean, there's been the odd time we must have spent a good hour trying to get him in, but it doesn't take that long now with a quad bike and an okay dog. She's okay when you get in close range. She won't sort of go and fetch him up the field, but she's quite good at stopping odd ones darting away. For some reason there's hedgehogs all over, squashed. I've seen at least 3. You wouldn't think there'd be hedgehogs up here, but there was one there. It wasn't a very big one though. Probably one that wasn't happy about like hibernating. It's going to rain along here. If it were really lashing down, I might have been better to have shut my trailer up. Do you know, I think I should stop and I left the front vents open because it makes it easier to load them. Which way is the wind blowing? It's hardly blowing at all, is it? That's half the trouble. I'm going to stop and shut the vents. I don't want them to get wet. go on full, so I'm pleased I've stopped to do that. It wouldn't have got wet through, but it's not good when they're going to get damp. So they're nice and dry and fluffy, they look a lot better for it. It's actually quite unusual to come along here and it's lashing down. That's a lot of fun. Oh, the dog's in the back, she's going to get a bit wet as it sprays up. Actually, it runs down a surprising amount between the cab and the tilt thing. Some of that blows in as well. She'll survive, it's not like we're going far. It's about 35 minutes total. We've already done 10 minutes of it easily. I'd be surprised if it rains the whole way down there. I think something I don't like is when the roads are wet through like this, it's easier to get a puncture. That's another junction you don't really want to be coming out of. Quite difficult to go pretty fast along here. There's been a few accidents at this Egton Road turn. But, you know, with the best will in the world, when it's foggy, it's like it isn't an unavoidable accident, but it's really very hard to get out of there safely, even though traffic on this road wouldn't be going so fast. Just find how foggy it is here. When I set off from home, it was relatively bright and pleasant. Keep on going along with no lights. Admittedly, it's not thick fog here. I'm often quite early in getting down here, usually got there by about now, to be honest, and can often be in the first 4 or 5 pens, which I don't think that's the best, to be honest. Sometimes you're just feeling what's the price this week. Well, there was no of us, of course there's only about 2 buyers as well, but either way, it's generally best to be somewhere towards the middle. If you get towards the end, sometimes they've already more or less got a load and they'll only buy the odd ones that are particularly good. Well, they'll buy them, but they won't want to pay for them. I mean, every time there's a Brexit deadline, they've been going down a bit, but not disastrously. And then when the Brexit deadline passes, nothing's happened again. They go up again. It isn't really so much that there won't be selling them, or we struggle to sell them. It's just people don't know. They don't want to get sort of stuck with a load of sheep in lairage or something. We know clear, like, paperwork things to move them. The river looks a bit high. It's not high, but the tide's just about to there as well. It's brown. It's quite a decent sized river down here, like. What is he doing? Oh, it was remarkably quiet there. I know it's still fairly early, but I've seen they often seem there to have a lot more or cool yows and the lambs, but there's hardly out in there at the moment. I've been at BATA and she thinks they don't have sugar beet pellets yet, which is probably due to the inclement weather. About maybe 8 bags left. At current rate that won't last much more than a week, but I could spin them out a bit. I'm going to ring them up anyway today. I'll order some for when they come. There's that black vulture again. Or is it just mucky? Oh, it's a black one. It doesn't say anything about contractors on it. Usually they have their name all over. Anyway, I was going to get a metal trough where I had the lambs in this morning. The metal trough in there had sprung like a pinhole leak. Rusted through basically. And I was going to get a metal one. They had some suitable metal ones there, but I think, to be perfectly honest, I don't think the metal ones last any better than the plastic ones. In theory, the plastic ones, you looked at them, they look a little bit soft and fragile, which is sort of true. But the plastic ones come with a full kit all installed, ready to just plug them on. Where the metal ones, you have to buy a so-called service box if you want one, and they don't come with the ball cock included. Admittedly, those items are not particularly dear, but by the time you add them on, they're probably increases the cost by quite a bit over the plastic ones, and they don't really last as well. Well, they don't last particularly well. It's just the shed this is going in. Generally, I've gone for a metal one because I use it for weaning calves, and they go a bit mental sometimes. Well, generally, they're not particularly going to be jumping in the water trough, but they might do. I suppose they're refurbishing that. I don't think they're closing it. Oh, they've got some new pumps there. That would have made an interesting photo, wouldn't it, really?